guys, we're just on our travels to the next stop, and we stopped in this little town called Wyandra. We noticed a little sign on the way in just saying the beach, and we couldn't be further from the beach if we tried, so we thought that sounds interesting. We'll stop in and have a look. And there's a little spot on a little river that's actually got water in it, funny enough.
And
but
it looks like chocolate milk.
It does look like chocolate milk. But have a look at this beautiful sandy beach. So we've pulled up just over here. There's little seats, little camp oven. This looks great. The sand's beautiful and warm. Yeah. Looks like people have driven their cars all the way up here, but probably not recommended.
I want to put a little water.
And then yeah, we've got the water over here, all this beautiful sand.
Wet sand a little bit.
It's a pretty cool little spot. Stop here for a picnic. Pretty cool spot, hey guys?
Yeah, it looks clear enough for us to fill the water.
We'll have a look. We've had our travel buddy with our pies and sausage rolls in there cooking while we've been traveling, so we'll probably stop here, have a quick bite to eat, have a drink, have a stretch of the legs, and jump back in the car and continue on. We're about an hour out of our final destination there today. Beautiful little place called Charlotte Plains. They've got wild boars here. Wild boars. Artesian boars here. So the water's 45 degrees. It's absolutely beautiful as well. You're gonna hop into bathtubs all lined up. We'll show you around over the next couple of days. Is that cool, guys? Yeah. How amazing is this? The kids are having a ball. So this water, they said, was about 45 degrees when it comes out the bore, which is pretty amazing. Wow, it's so relaxing in there. I can't stress out how much you just want to lay in there and not move, but it does get you hot and sweaty after a while, and it does suggest that you should probably only be in there for 20 minutes at a time. But how beautiful and relaxing. So, we've been in there for a little while. We're going to go back and have a quick bite to eat and a drink, have a bit of a relax out in the sun. And then we're going to come back down later this afternoon again and have another go. I don't even know what else to say about that. What a sight. So there is There is toilets over here. There is Wi-Fi here at the shed, the check-in shed as well. You get a free 15 minutes, and then if you want extra, you can just pay extra as well. So that's really handy. I think they said they had up to 80 sites. There's tons of room. There's probably 14 baths, give or take, that I can see. Beautiful grounds. The guys that run it obviously care about it a bit, and you can see that they've sort of tried to have a bit of entertainment sort of on their mind when they were doing the place up. Look at that. Beautiful. So a bit of information about the hot artesian bore. Please be aware that the water comes out of the bore at approximately 42 degrees Celsius. If you're using the bathtubs near the bore head, partially fill the bathtub to allow the water to cool. So I filled the bathtub up, and we're right at the head over there, as you can see. And the water was super hot, so I did have to sit there and let it cool down for a little while. It does say that the water is safe to drink. Probably wouldn't recommend it. I don't know, it's up to you, I guess. Probably had worse things in her stomach. We're just going to head out and get some firewood for the fire. There's plenty of firewood around the property, which is really handy. If you're lucky, you can already see where some people have chopped bits and pieces up, and there's plenty of stuff laying around. So we're going to grab some firewood. We're going to head back and have a nice fire tonight. The sun's just starting to set. You can see it looks beautiful out there. This bit just along here, you can see the drain goes into a big pond down there. So the drain for the water bores come all the way through their property. Actually, when we drove around earlier today, it looked like the drain for the water bores actually goes, yeah, the complete way around their property. So obviously it was probably to get water to all the cattle, etc. It's pretty cool. How's this? We were just driving past looking for wood, and I've come across this little guy just hiding in the woods. I just saw him cruising past. Have a look at this. That's very cool. Wow. I remember the last time I saw an echidna out in the wild. That's pretty cool. How about this, eh? Doesn't get much better than this. You can see in the distance steam coming off all the water. Sunset is absolutely amazing. You know what makes it even better? Ooh, yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to taste real good. Beautiful. I think so.
Ah, the chair's boiling.
Yeah, I mean the chairs are dry if they were wet. Some really nice facilities here too for where we are. Probably a bit weird, but I'm going to take you in. Got toilet, shower, running water. It's a flushing toilet too. So that's really cool. There's a male and a female. There's two of these. There's also some toilets dotted around the campsites as well. Closer to all the campsites. There's a male and a female, all with flushing toilets, and the other ones are long drops, I reckon, from memory. But if you notice just there, it does say flushing loos. There is a nice central camping area as well, But we've got communal fire pits and everything here as well. There's plenty of firewood all around the place. There's also COVID check-in. You've got a radio to contact the owners of the property as well if you ever need to. You do get 15 minutes of free access on the Wi-Fi, and then if you want extended access after that, it's $10. I think it's $10 for 5 gig or thereabouts, so that's quite handy to know. There is a wealth of information over here as well. It's worth coming over and just sort of having a look around. You can get full tours of the property, which is really cool. Nice is that? Whew. This is so nice.
Can we go down there?
It's about 6 o'clock at night, and you can see the steam. The steam is just starting to come off the water. We're really looking forward to coming in this afternoon. It's going to be beautiful. The closer you are to the start, the hotter it is. This is the life, eh? Sunset in the background. Little Ali enjoying himself. Tiana. Beautiful hot water. Super hot water. Good morning, guys. So we made it back into SA finally. We did a big stint of driving yesterday, straight from Queensland down through New South Wales and into South Australia. I'm a bit confused, but after obviously we filled in all our border forms, everything was done right, and once we got to the New South Wales border, we were expecting to basically justify our crossing of the border. There was no one there. We cruised straight through New South Wales. We stopped for fuel once, and then obviously wore our mask, our gloves and hand sanitized, and got straight out of there straight away, which we're allowed to do. We're allowed to transit through New South Wales, which I don't think a lot of people realised at the time. Everyone's going all these crazy ways home, but when we spoke to, sorry if it's a bit windy, when we spoke to the COVID hotline, or the COVID people, the people that need to have the information to tell you what to do, they said that it's fine to travel through New South Wales as long as you're taking the most direct route, and you're allowed to stop for fuel, and are you actually allowed to camp as well, but we didn't need to do that. We didn't want to do that. So we transited through New South Wales. It took us about 8 hours I think from memory, and so one fuel stop in the middle, probably 9 hours actually now I think about it, and then we got to the SA border probably about 7 o'clock last night, 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. And again, we were expecting, because South Australia's got a hard border closure at the moment, we're expecting there to be police and a stop, which is what happened to us when we went into Northern Territory, a bit over 12 months ago, or about 12 months ago. They had police there and a blockade, and you just had to give them your information. So there was nothing here. We cruised straight through. We were a bit dumbfounded. We were a bit like, whoa, that's a bit strange. But yeah, we cruised through the New South Wales South Australian border on the highway. No one there. It did say, there was a sign saying there that they're monitoring traffic going through and everything like that. So whether they're doing that or not, I don't know. We stopped at a free camp late last night, and just outside of the border, probably about half an hour or so out of the border, in the South Australian, inside the South Australian border. And you can see around us, it's quite a nice little spot really. It's out of the way. It's a little bit windy this morning, but the trees do stop a lot of the wind. It'll be a lot windier out there. This site was on Wikicamps. Bianca actually found it on Wikicamps, and it worked well for what we were doing. So obviously after driving 10 hours, we were pretty keen to stop. Probably 11 hours. We were pretty keen to stop. So yeah, we were keen to stop here, and it was handy out the way, and it worked well. So this morning we're going to travel the rest of the way home. There's a few flights here. We're going to travel the rest of the way home, and we should make it home. I think we're about 600 or 500 k's away from home, give or take.
4 hours away.
We're about 4 hours away, 400 k's from home. It shouldn't be too much of a drive after yesterday. We'll probably need to do one fuel stop and we'll be good to go. So we'll probably have a chat more once we're home.